Breaking news coming in, more inside track on the talks that are currently on between Team Modi and the farmers. The farmers demand for a rollback or a rethink on the new farm laws. They've made that demand in this meeting. Sources said that Agriculture Minister Narendra Singh Tomar has told the farmers to give 4 to 5 names for representation. Tomar has suggested a panel for talks with the farmers, the government and agricultural experts. Rahul Srivastav still with us. Rahul, the farmers adamant in their demand for a rollback of the farm laws. We understand that the government is looking to try and establish some kind of talks mechanism, which, like you said, is an indicator that these talks are going to stretch on into a series of discussions.
See, Shiv, given the problem that the compulsions of the farm unions, you see, they have brought in farmers and raised the pitch to a very feverish level. There are expectations from these unions when they go to meet the government. They will come back with fruits which are exactly the kind which were promised to them by the unions. Anything lesser will become a setback and the unions will lose ground. And that is why for the unions it's important to tell the government that roll back the farm laws. But the government also knows that this is a slightly, not just slightly, an extremely ticklish issue. And that is why the government will like to keep the engagement on. The engagement on will mean that the farmers who are protesting and rest of the country, the farmers will have something to chew on, that the talks are still on. And that is why two of the elements which were being talked about when Mr. Nadda, the BJP president, held a meeting with Amit Shah, Rajnath and others, was that propose a committee. Committee in which there will be farmers, experts and others from neutral ground, so that they can explore what exactly can be a resolution for this situation in which there are two entrenched, divergent stands taken by the government and the unions. But there is a problem. Even before the meeting, the unions were saying that a committee will not be acceptable because a committee will mean a protracted discussion and negotiations, which will mean dilution or attempt to dilute what exactly they are demanding. So one will have to wait and see. The committee is a way out for the government to engage the farmers. But Shiv, the problem here is the MSP issue actually. Why the MSP is an issue? Because see, MSP is provided right now to 23 commodities in the country. 7 of them are cereals, 7 of them are in the oil seed, for commercial crops and others. Now the problem here is that the moment the government commits as a statutory amendment to laws for MSP, the amount required will be over 8 lakh crore rupees, which is too large. MSP is largely to be adhered by the states. Then the second element is rest of the farm produce will also demand that they should be included in the MSP structure. Then if there is a surplus someday, then private sector will say we cannot afford so much of MSP and that's why we cannot buy. So there are inherent problems in putting MSP in the statute, and that's why the government will like a committee, engage the farmers, keep them engaged, tell them and try to convince them.
Okay, Rahul, thanks very much for that. We'll keep coming back to you. We've got some more breaking news.